Happy Saturday. Coming at you. I wanted to give a quick story while I'm driving about how the very first mobile app I created. So the other day I did a video about how I got started as a web developer. Same exact thing on this one, but this is how I became a mobile developer. I expanded my skills out. Kind of a very similar story. I was at a baseball game in 2000 and God, it must have been 11. And we were in the nice seats, so we got to order from the dude. The dude came down and took our order and got our beers and our food and everything. It was great. And then when we needed to order from him again, we'd have to wait for him to kind of do the same thing, and that was awesome. And then a few days later, I went to the game again, and I was sitting in the bleachers, and I didn't have that service. And I thought, this service should be everywhere, and it should be improved on because we have to wait for the guy to come, and we all have phones, so why the heck can't we just order from our phones? So that was the nexus of the idea for Ballpark Waiter. And I just came up with the idea, we'll make a mobile app, we'll route the orders to like a back end, a closet, or wherever in the stadium that they're filling orders, and then, you know, we would just have runners all over the stadium. So I mean, it had a lot of iterations. I was gonna either hire the staff or use the existing staff or whatever. I was flexible. But the main thing is I didn't know how to build it. I didn't know how to build a mobile app at that time. I knew how to build websites. So I started learning, and, you know, I started looking around the internet, looking for various stuff. And I didn't want to, thanks bud, I didn't want to recreate the wheel. You know, I didn't want to go out and learn like a whole new programming language and everything. Because one of the things that you'll find is, if you've ever worked with me or you end up working with me, is simple as possible. KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? It's gotta be easy, it's gotta be understandable, it's gotta be fast. You know, I know in software engineering, they go, there's three things. It's like speed, quality, and I forget the other one. I don't know, time. Right? Speed, quality, time to build. And they say you can't have all three. You can have two of the three, but you can't have all three. And that, my friends, is bullshit. Bullshit. You know what that is? That's software engineers telling you something because they suck. Look, we develop speed, fast, we develop quality, and whatever the third one is. Anyways, I'll get to that later. Digressing. So I didn't want to recreate the wheel. I wanted something simple. And so what I found was that I could use basically front-end technology, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, the same things you use to make websites, to make apps. And there was this formula. It was called PhoneGap. So I learned that. And the funny thing was when I was doing all this in 2012, I was still on a PC. And so you can basically build everything on the PC, but you can't publish into the App Store unless you have a Mac. So you have to get these signing keys and do a few different things. So I had to borrow my buddy Nuggets. I borrowed his stuff and got it in the App Store. And basically from that point forward, I've been an app developer. I've developed a number of apps. You know, most of them are with front-end technologies, PhoneGap. We call them hybrid apps, so most of them are hybrid apps, but I also develop straight iOS and Android apps as well. I have actually a team that does that. So I've never learned that, but it's the same concepts, it's the same thing across the board. So, you know, if you have an idea for something and you want to turn it into an actual product, get in touch with me. I can help you. That doesn't mean I'm going to build it for you. You might not have any money, but I can give you options as far as how you do. And if you do want me to build it for you, we can talk. All right, it's Saturday, off to the golf course. Talk to you later.